what's going on? What's going on? You're tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank, Season 1, Episode 38. So if you missed any episode, be sure to go back and check them out so you know exactly who we're talking about and what we are talking about. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share this video with your friends. And as always, you can support me on Cash App and keep the stove on at Money Sign Chef Big Bank. We already have a sponsor of this show, which is Next Level MF. With the $5, he sent $5 during the last live stream, but I'm just now seeing it. So if you want to be a co-sponsor, you have to send $5. And if you want to be the sole sponsor of the show, you have to send more than $5. I don't know why I had a 10 up. Okay. And make sure that you follow me on all my social media platforms listed down below. Okay, so for this episode, we are going to be talking about is culinary school a scam? But before we get into that, I want to do some shout outs for the Foodie Gang members that are here early. Thank you so much. So we have Randy, we have Miss Solistic in the building. Thank you guys so much for being here super, super early. So before I show you guys the videos, I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you guys my Facebook page. And as you guys know, Chef Big Bank is a new YouTuber. Let me just fix this screen. I'm a new YouTuber, so if something goes down, do not worry. I'm coming back. And then let us see. We got Randy saying hello 907 goodies. What's up, Randy? How are you doing today? So I got my coffee here. Put unsweetened almond milk, sugar-free vanilla creamer, and this is my second cup of coffee, y'all. It's a lot going on. Chef Big Bang is stressed out. Okay, so let me share my screen with you guys and show you guys my Facebook page. And I'm gonna drop the link in the chat very soon so that you guys can come up and react to these videos with me. Okay, sometimes I'll be having to focus when I'll be hitting these buttons. Oh, and also, my referral code for StreamYard is in the description of every live stream I do. And if you want to make amazing live streams like this, I recommend using StreamYard. Great platform, very user friendly. So, this is my Facebook profile, Letitia Banks, and my name. But if you type in social media, sorry, I said it wrong. If you type in Chef Big Bank on any social media platform that I mentioned, my content will come up. So if you're on Facebook, make sure you follow me. I'm at 2.9 followers. So I need y'all to help me so I can get to 3,000. Okay, so this question is my main question. Do you put sugar or cheese on your grits? We're at 2.5 comments, but when you comment on there, we gonna get to 2.6, maybe even 3K. Okay, you guys. So this is a tempura sushi roll. So I had a really good lunch yesterday. It was no, I think it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday. A really good lunch on Tuesday. I had a lunchbox from the sushi restaurant, and it was really, really good. Came with teriyaki chicken, rice, tempura shrimp, and tempura vegetables, and then sushi on the side. Y'all, it was so good. So I want to know, do y'all eat sushi? Because I think sushi is so good. Not all sushi. I only like the sushi with like the crab or the meat has to be cooked. I haven't gotten into the sushi with the raw meat yet, but So I eat sushi, but not all sushi. Not all sushi. And so this or that, tacos or quesadillas. So yeah, you guys, if you guys are on Facebook, follow me on Facebook. Okay, this is a video of this is the full lunch right here. I'm not gonna play the sound because I will definitely get in trouble. But look at the food. So that was the sushi. This was the lunch or the other portion of it that came with the sushi. And all of this was like $14. So this is a good bargain. And so yeah, I had it came with tempura shrimp, tempura vegetables, and then one wonton. And then yeah, you guys join my group on Facebook, Chef Big Bang Foodie Gang fan page. If you're on Facebook, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I seen this because I almost forgot to tell y'all about it. So yesterday I mentioned that this Friday I'm gonna be doing an interview with Dr. Frizzle Frost. He has created the thumbnail for that live, and it's all set up on his page. You can go to Dr. Frizzle Frost, turn on the notification bell. This, I also share this on the community tab on my YouTube channel. So if you go on my community tab, you can get notified, click on the video, subscribe to his channel, and then click on the notification bell so that you get notified when this interview goes down. And I would say he did a good job on the thumbnail. I like this. Chopping it up with 907 goodies, like that's perfect. So yes, this it'll be Friday. It's gonna be a late night interview. Well, for me, it'll be at 10 p.m. I'm not sure what time it'll be where you're at, but if like I said, if you go to the video on his YouTube channel, it'll tell you what time. So yeah, this is gonna be Friday late night. So we got the interview on Dr. Frizzle Frost. And so yeah, um on Facebook, I am posting every day, sometimes 4 to 5 times a day. So this is a great way to stay in touch with Chef Big Bang. This is a great way. Oh, and yesterday I dropped, let me see if it's on here as well. Okay, so this was a salad. I'm trying to eat more salads and more vegetables. Hey Hassan, how you doing? What's going on? I'm trying to eat more salads. So, yes. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys also. Yesterday, this video came out on 907 Good Eats. It's in the video tab on my YouTube channel. Definitely check out this video. Leave a comment down below and subscribe to my daughter's channel. Ava's Playtime. She also has a Facebook page. We have a new video coming out every day on Ava's Playtime, Wednesday at 9 a.m. on 907 Good Eats, and I'm going live randomly. So yeah, I got a lot going on, so ain't no reason why you can't follow me, subscribe to some, show some support. So yes, chopping it up with 907 Goodies on Friday. Dr. Frizzle Frost. It's going to be on his channel. Hassan, can you drop the link for Dr. Frizzle Frost? And so yes, I'm going to stop the screen share. You guys, so I finally figured out how to put a background on StreamYard after 37 lives. Hassan said 907 goodies. How you doing? I'm doing good, Hassan. I'm getting ready to drop the link if you want to come up and react to some of these videos with me. He said hit the like and subscribe button. Yes, get notified. Join the foodie gang. Randy said, hello, Hassan. Tahia. How are you doing? I feel like everyone should be good 'cause this is the beginning of the day. And then that is the link to Dr. Frizzle Frost. Definitely go subscribe to his channel. And this is also the link to Hassan's YouTube channel. Now, let me tell y'all, it be getting hot over there at Hassan's channel. Great show going over politics, a little bit of entertainment. Definitely going over social issues. I like it. I always feel like when I walk away from that channel, I learned something. And I feel like we need to be learning. Drama is all great, but you want to learn something as well. And I feel like I do learn something when I leave Hassan's page. Now, sometimes it be going down over there. Hassan be striking the match and throwing it at the panel, and it be going down. But Hassan is a great host, and it's a panel show. So if you ever want to come up, you're welcome to. And so he's a really good host. I'm like, Hassan, this is your job right here. Hassan said, I'm doing great. Yes, every day you wake up is a good day. Everybody should stay blessed. Okay. Some weird just happened. Yeah, so you guys, the link to the StreamYard, if you want to set up your own StreamYard, is in the description. I gotta check the StreamYard because I don't know if you get $5 off, but I gotta see, I gotta check. Okay, I just dropped the link if anybody wants to come up and join me. You guys, so when I was on StreamYard and I was like digging around, I figured out how to turn it on so there's a sound when a new guest is in the queue. Y'all, it took me 37 live streams before I figured this out. But anybody can be a YouTuber. You just gotta keep going, keep trying. Like we can do anything that we put our minds to. Okay. And so it's pinned to the top of the chat. Okay. So let me talk to you guys about culinary school. I went to culinary school in 2015. I went to the Cordon Bleu in Portland. And I really enjoyed culinary school. But what I will say is when I graduated, I soon found out that only entry level jobs were available to the students. And because I didn't have any prior restaurant experience, it was really tough because it was like I have this degree, but now I'm going into the culinary field as an entry level worker. And then what I soon found out is that the kitchen restaurant industry is very cutthroat. And, I worked in the field for a number of years at different places. Hassan said 907, give me 10 to 15 minutes. I'll be up there. Okay, okay. So I soon found out that yes, I have this great degree, but now there's only entry level jobs available to me. Those entry level jobs were a lot of work, a lot of hours for very little pay. And that is why a lot of people felt like they were being misled. They felt like what they were promised wasn't what was available once they graduated from culinary school. And I reasoned with them that that was true. I felt like I don't know what I was thinking. It's they give you this illusion that once you go to college and you get out, there's all these great jobs waiting for you. You're gonna have this great future. And it's just not the truth. It's like, yeah, you have this degree, but you're still at the bottom of the totem pole. And now you have this crippling debt on top of you. So it's just like I feel like what is sold is not what is reality. Because coming out of school, you're still new at the field. And so the jobs that are going to be available to you are not going to pay as good as you need and you have this debt. So I would say that if you're going to go to school, you need to be aware. You need to know the truth. So I have a couple of videos lined up for us to look at. And the first video is I'm going to show you how culinary school is. Now, I will say, I liked culinary school. It was kind of cool going to school, and it was like your your classroom was a kitchen. But when you're in culinary school, it's easy to get like, you get excited, but then when you get out, real life hits you. I gotta focus right these points. Okay, so here we go. So I got a couple of videos for us
every day.
This is the first one. Let me just go back and see how this looks. Okay. Gonna hit the wide screen on here. So yes, this is the first video that is going to show you guys what culinary school is like. And the Cordon Bleu has a couple of campuses. They have campuses all over the world, London, Paris. I think they even have more because I was looking online, and they also have a couple of campuses in the US. And today in this live stream, we're gonna focus on Le Cordon Bleu because that is the college that I went to. And so I feel like a personal connection with this story. And when I heard, okay, I'm skipping steps. Let me play the video and so you guys can see what culinary school is like. And we had uniforms similar to this. So on the thumbnail of this video, that was actually me in culinary school when I was 19. So let me go back. Okay, here we go.
Here at the Cordon Bleu London, we offer a short course. We are offering also a professional diploma, bachelor degrees in culinary arts, management, and hospitality.
It's a happy place. Everybody here loves to cook.
We teach nutrition, DCM, which is our management program. We also teach the boulangerie program on the 3 levels.
Over the years, it's always been a different way that we.
Okay, so in this culinary school, there's a lot of students. What you will see happen in culinary school is that you will start with a lot of people, right? And people just start dropping out. And so by the time you get to the end, there's only like a couple of people left. And so I don't know if that's all schools, but I know that's in culinary school because I think the course is about a year and a half, 2 years almost. So, life happens. A lot of things happen where people have to drop out of school and all that. But get this, y'all. Even if you drop out of school, you are still responsible for paying back your loans.
We teach, and it always been a demonstration following by a practical.
I love that I'm challenged every day and that I'm constantly learning new things.
When they go into the industry as an intern, what they benefit is to kind of replicate those learning in a commercial environment.
I think when you walk around and you see the facilities we have here, everything's updating all the time. We're moving with the times.
London for me has, I think, one of the most diverse food scenes in the world. So if you're
I will say this, culinary school is not moving with the times because a lot of the things that they are teaching may be outdated with how the industry is now. Randy said, let me see if this works. Randy said it's so frustrating because student loans that students need to take out in order to pay for their tuition are ridiculous. I agree. It's weird. It's like you go to school to get ahead, but then when you graduate, you have thousands of dollars in debt. So I think you need to just be aware. And it's a lot of times we don't talk about the end part. It's like, yeah, I have this degree, but I now have a whole bunch of money in debt. So it's just kind of like I don't I'm kind of 50-50 on whether it's a scam or not, but I will say this, there are other ways to go about working in the culinary field without going to school. And you can save yourself a whole bunch of debt. This is the expensive route.
into food, London's a place to be.
The chefs who have been associated with Cordon Bleu, The alumni who have been associated with Cordon Bleu, they are quite iconic.
I couldn't have imagined doing what I do now without having studied at Cordon Bleu.
Everyone was there to get in the kitchen and cook. Everyone was there to learn something.
Anybody can come to the Cordon Bleu as long as you have the passion and the dedication to really focus on your studies. You'll do well.
And that's why we said at the Cordon Bleu, give us a passion, we will teach you the rest.
I think the biggest problem with culinary school is a lot of people that go to culinary school have never cooked before or have never worked in the industry. So, I feel like they kind of are preying on people because they're picking people, or they're just accepting anybody pretty much. Anybody can get into culinary school, whether you have cooking experience or not. Some culinary schools make it a requirement that you have to have worked in the industry before you even go there. This particular school was not doing that. Anybody that can apply, I guess it was a scam. Anybody that could apply for the loan and get granted the loan, they would accept into Le Cordon Bleu. And then some culinary schools, you have to have some experience working in the kitchen, and you have to have a certain amount of hours. The tricky part about this school is that like I said, once you graduate, real life hits you, and then when you go get a job in the kitchen, it's so much different than what you're taught in culinary school. Because in culinary school, they're teaching you the long way. In the kitchen, nobody has time. Everybody's very mean, very nasty. So it's just a different environment. But what I will say is this: I wouldn't take culinary school back for me because I feel like it was a part of my journey and I learned a lot during that time. And I don't even think that I would feel comfortable making 907 goodies if I didn't have the knowledge about food. So I think my journey would have been a different. And then when I was in culinary school, I met my ex-husband and I had a kid. So I always feel like if I take back culinary school, then I take back my kid. So it's like, and even though things, got crazy for Chef Big Bang, it's like I said, it's a part of my journey. It's a part of my story. 907 Good Eats would not exist without me going to culinary school. But everyone is not Chef Big Bang. There are some people who are in debt, who it is a big problem for them, who are not starting YouTube channels, who are struggling. And that's going to bring me into my next video. So you can support the channel and keep the stove on at money sign Chef Big Bang. The sponsor of the show is going to be Next Level with the $5. Randy said, is culinary school competitive? So I'm the type of person where it's like, I don't feel like I'm competing with people, so no. But a lot of people feel like they're always constantly in competition. But for me personally, I just be focusing on myself. So I think that the competitiveness depends on who you are as a person. But we got Hassan coming up to the stage. What's going on?
How you doing, 907? Finally fixed the laptop, so we should be good.
I'm glad to hear that. How did you fix it?
Well, it was dead. I went to the guy because you see, I was freaking out. The charger, you know how there's like white and there's like orange or different color.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at the charger thing right here, it was all orange. So I charged it. I left it in the charger. So I left it with him. I don't know what he did. Literally an hour later, he said, "You're good." So I don't know. I'm guessing there's something wrong with the charger. I gotta get me a new charger. But now it's all good.
Yeah.
So I said, as long as
Well,
it's
I'm
working,
glad to hear
I'm
that
okay.
because our laptops and our computer is like, it's so important. It's how you work, how you do YouTube. If you don't got no computer, or at least a backup computer, It's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah. See, uh, you don't have it then, 907. The
Yeah.
stream to my audience, because I thought I so my people can see
It's
it.
it's
Yeah,
it's
you
not
don't
an
have it.
option for you on my thing.
No, no, I don't see it. You don't have it. But when you go to Dr. Frost, you'll see it on the right hand, up in the right hand
Oh, I
corner.
get what you're saying. I think it's because you don't got the one that you pay for, and so maybe both people have to have one that they pay for it to work. Maybe.
I don't know, but that's all good. Yeah, yeah,
And you know,
because
Hassan, if you upgrade, it's like $20 a month. And you know, all these shows that you appear on, you could run them on your channel too and get more views when you do get ready to pay for it. I
yeah,
think you
yeah.
should do it.
I thought it was 25 a month.
I think so, but I gotta look into it, but I don't know if my referral code gives you like $5 off or not. I think it does, but I'm not completely sure. So I gotta look into that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
because go
you
ahead, go ahead.
definitely get a lot of uh watch time hours because you're always on people's shows and stuff. You just, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, you're right.
you get a
But
lot
it
of
is
watch
all
time
good. It's all
hours.
good. Some people, but the good thing is Dr. Frost has that option. So when you do the interview on Friday, hit the thing and then go from there.
Yeah. And then I've never seen it before because I went on No Captivity with Freezy, which is another great YouTube channel there. Y'all gotta subscribe to. I'll put the link in the chat. I don't think he uses StreamYard, so maybe that's why I didn't see that option
Yeah, yeah, he
when I went
uses
on his show.
Ecamm. I think they do it differently over there. You see in the bottom, it tells you, you know how it gives you the option leave or mute, and then it gives you the option share. I don't know if that's the same thing as StreamYard.
Oh, well, no, I'm not gonna lie. I be scared to hit buttons and like, 'cause I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
But in StreamYard is a lot easier though because you'll see it on the top right hand
Yeah,
on the row up there on the right hand
I think
of the screen.
StreamYard is great. It's a little bit more, especially if you're new to doing YouTube. It's great because it's user friendly and there's a lot of people that already have StreamYard. It's what a lot of people are using, so you can find more help videos
Yeah, so
on it. But we're talking about culinary school. Do you know anybody that has went to culinary school?
no. So well, why you think? Do you think it's a fraud or no? What is your honest opinion on it?
You know, now that I'm doing this video, I do feel like it is definitely a scam. Do I feel like I was scammed? You know, maybe 50-50. But like I said, when I went through culinary school, I ended up having a kid and I met somebody to have the kid with. So for me, it's like it's a part of my journey. But you know, everyone is gonna feel differently. But I do feel like colleges, they promise you these great careers. And then when you get out of college, reality sets in and there's not that many jobs anymore. Or
Do
they're
you,
level jobs that don't pay well and you have all this debt. So I just think college in general is just
but
kind of tough.
but do you think the reason is they go to college but they don't practice the job at the same time, so they get like experience a little bit. So when they do finish college, they got the college information and they got the work experience because a lot of them don't do the work like they get the job and start doing it.
Yeah, I think that that is true. Like Le Cordon Bleu, they did not require that you worked in the kitchen prior to coming to their culinary school. So a lot of times you get out and you work in the industry and you're like, I don't like this. This isn't for me. And I feel like if more colleges have that requirement where you had to work in that industry before starting, then you would at least know what's going on. But the way we do college is, to me, is very backwards because you go to college for something that you've never done before. You pay all this money and then you get out and try to work in that industry. And like honestly, you don't know if you're gonna like it or not.
And that's why when I used to work at the restaurant, I always tell them have a plan B. You gotta have a plan B. What if you go to college and you waste a year or two, then you end up not liking it? You know how many people dropped out? Oh, I don't. That's not what I expected. That's not what you know. So you gotta have a plan B. So
Yes,
when you
and
do,
I feel like it's easier to make a plan B when your plan A doesn't cost thousands of dollars, you know?
yeah.
And it was just sad because they at the Cordon Bleu, they were just signing up anybody. They were accepting everyone. It would be like 18 and 19 years, really, really young children, or not young children, but young adults. And so when you're young, you're not thinking about 5 years from now or 10 years from now, or you don't realize how much $40,000 really means. And I think colleges are preying on people, and that's why it's so important to get educated, to know what's going to happen. Like you said, have a plan B.
Yeah, and but sadly, not a lot of people are gonna listen. You know, into some people are gonna listen, but most of them are
He'll pull
not.
his chair right
Till,
up to the stove and
till it's too little, too late.
Yes, I agree with you on that. It's kind of like sometimes when you have a plan in your mind, that plan has to happen, and nothing else anybody will say can is really gonna deter you from what you're gonna do. But when you have that type of mindset, that's fine. Just don't complain when things go differently.
In your opinion, Nano Seven, what is the best culinary college or university in America?
I think people should college is to me is not looking like the way to get a lot or to get a career or to get money. I would say go the trade school route, learn a trade so that you can enter the workforce quicker and get paid more. And yes, you guys, it's not about money, but when you have bills and you have children, it is about money at some point.
But
And I think if you do go to a college, you need to find scholarships, grants, or programs that can help you pay for college. I'm not sure off the top of my head what is the best college, but I would just say try to find somebody else to pay for it or go to a trade school.
no, but being a chef is pretty cool because you know those people that made it, that work at big like 5-star, 6-star hotels. Those the ones who work at a boat, like in a yacht. They make good money, you know. Or
Yes.
like like a White House chef. Not everybody get to be up there, but there's like those big chefs that make the real good money, work for millionaires.
Yeah.
So how in your opinion, since you're an expert, how long does a person take to get up there with them? Like how long at school? Like what is it? What's the secret?
I would say maybe about 10 to 15 years. And then that's another thing. These culinary schools, when you sign up, they make it sound like once you graduate, that's it, you're on, and now you're going to be making all this money. College and culinary school does not mean that. It means that you would now have a foundation that you have to build onto and you have to do more work. And I think that that is also the misconception with, culinary school, with college is that I'm going to get out and make all this money. No, you're going to get out and have to work entry level jobs and still try to get to the top. So I would say about maybe 10 to 15 years because if you notice that most of the chefs that are on TV that are famous are older. there's not a bunch of like young, chefs that have made it because it takes time, it takes experience, it takes knowing the right people. Like it's gonna take a lot to get to the top. And I think that we have this mindset in our generation that I'm gonna do step one, step two, and then get to step 10. And that's just not how it's gonna work.
No, you're right. Have you ever thought?
Everybody, go ahead,
My bad.
Hassan.
Have you ever thought working at like those fancy hotels or like a yacht or a boat, be a chef there, or a train in a train chef? There's I seen some train.
Yeah. What I would say is when I worked in the industry, I didn't like it, Hassan, because it felt like it took the passion out of cooking for me. Because it's like my whole livelihood was wrapped up into it. And then it's like it didn't pay right, but I would I wouldn't mind going to go work on a boat or a yacht or a hotel if my child was older. At the time when I was working in the kitchen, I had my daughter was very young. She's only 6 now, about to be 7. So I feel like to be a chef and to work in a restaurant or work on a yacht, it's gonna take a lot of hours, a lot of work hours. And this is why it's not really ideal for families or like, young children, because you're not gonna be with them. So I would be willing to, work at a top hotel, but honestly, Hassan, I wanna you I wanna go in already on top. I don't wanna have to work my way up to the top and do all this stuff. Like, I want them to be like, Chef Big Bank is coming through.
And I think you already
Because
talked. No, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
because it's very stressful in the kitchen. I kind of like doing this more and cooking at home because it's fun. When you go to the kitchen, it's not fun anymore. It's very serious because you're feeding people. If you don't do the proper sanitation or the proper, if you don't handle the food properly, you can get somebody sick. Like it's very serious.
Well, yeah, yeah, of course. But what I was about to say is, will you? Damn, I forgot. Hold on. But will you do? Hold on. I gotta remember. Hold on. My bad.
I know
Go
I
ahead.
be talking so much, that's fine.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Will you?
But I like cooking at home because I can make what I want. And that was another thing I didn't like, Hassan, when I was working in the kitchen. It's like I never really got to cook what I wanted to cook. There would be nights where we would do like grill specials or specials, and then you can create it yourself. But then after COVID happened, that's when things got really, really, really sucky because it was like we have a certain menu, you have to follow it. Before COVID, I was able to like have my grill specials and create what I want. So I want to be able to create what I want to create. I don't want to have to cook somebody else's menu because
Okay.
everyone does not eat the same. And then, sometimes other people's food to be nasty.
Oh, here we go. I remember. Okay, I know you talked about this before about opening your own restaurant. Let's say you do, right? Are you? Well, what is it gonna be like? Like, is it gonna be like a burger place or different types of food? Like, what specifically you have in mind for your own restaurant?
Yeah. I would say it would be like comfort food, but I would say this, the beverage industry is really taking off, and I think that I would open so my daughter has this thing on her channel that we call it Ava's Playtime Cafe, where we make drinks and stuff like that. So I honestly think like my first place would be a place where you can just get drinks. Because if you look at it, Starbucks and like the coffee shops seem to be the only ones that are making it even when we have the pandemic or even when the high cost of labor goes up. It seems like the beverage industry makes a lot of money. And you know how McDonald's just came out with that the Cosmos, or it was called something, but it was
Yeah.
like a beverage place. So I think that that would be my first like food related place I've opened would be a place just for drinks. And so that place would be able to pay for what I really wanted to do. I would like to do comfort food. Like I don't want it to be like fine dining, all snobby and like over the top. I just want it to be a place where you can come get some food for like $15, right? You can get like a fish meal or you can get a home cooked meal.
Okay. And
I
and
would
then
say
you are
comfort food.
and you are right. Those coffee places, they be making money because near my house there's a place called Black Coffee Shop. He calls it, and he's doing really good business. Every day there's a line in the drive through. People getting their cafes. Like, god damn. So I'm guess if he grows, Starbucks gonna have a competition, in my opinion, because he's really good.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
like you never really see coffee shops close down. You see them move or they get a second location. But I would make Ava's Playtime Cafe and it would be kind of cool because we have the YouTube channel also. So it's kind of like you can come to the cafe as seen on YouTube. So I would do that first just because I think that that would make good money. And then I would go back and say, I would really have to look at it and say, okay, I want to do a restaurant. I definitely want to make my restaurant. So I would definitely make it to where you can get it off the DoorDash because DoorDash is also the way of the future and like what we're going to see more of.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard this story, but I think it was in Uganda or Ethiopia, and the other one was in Kuwait. Like 3, 4 countries. This ladies, they know how to cook and everything. They make good food, but they sell it. It's like they can't afford a restaurant, so they cook it from their home. And every week, people buy it and buy it, and they make it like thousands and thousands of dollars. So they made it work from home. You know, like I don't.
That's what a lot of people used to do in Portland with the food trucks. They would cook the food at home and then sell it out of the or do like the meal prep at home and then sell it on their food trucks. I think that a food truck is a really great investment and a way that you can make a lot of money. And then I forgot what it was called, but it was like these two guys. They had made a food truck, and I think they used to be like football players, and they're like selling like cookies and cupcakes. But they
Yeah.
started with one food truck. And now they have like 13 in a TV show. So I think the food truck business is a really great idea too.
No, no, I know you are right, but those people that I just named from those countries, they don't even have a food truck. So little people come to their house, like the neighborhood, and just buy food. Like she be cooking. Like she has her son helping her, her daughter, her nieces, her cousins. They be helping in the house, and then they make good money out of it. But I don't know.
Wow, but that's so smart. And you gotta use what you got to get where you want to go. Can't be like, I don't have this, I don't have that, so I can't start. You just gotta use what you have to get where you want to go. Because if you never start, you're never gonna get nowhere.
But I don't think you can do that in America, though. Can you? Or you get in trouble for that?
Well, that's another tricky part. We have like all these laws. You gotta have like a food handler's card. You gotta have like your place be registered. It's a lot, and I think when you have these restaurants, these food trucks, there's certain certifications, certain licensing that you have to get, which kind of adds a cost onto it as well.
Damn.
And it's
But
scary because like you could be selling food at your house and one person could call, the city hall or they can make a call and get you in some serious trouble.
yeah, so those people in those countries are lucky because the community like really helped them. They backed them up. that no one called.
And that goes back to what you say, like we need to help each other. I think it's tight how the whole family helps get money and they all share it. Where in America, it's feel like we all got to do everything on our own,
Yeah.
and then we end
Everybody
up all struggling.
everybody needs help because I remember in England, these Pakistani family, like this story is going around. The older brother is like a doctor, the other one's a lawyer, one's a pharmacist, and the other one owns like a supermarkets, right? And they're all married, and each one has like 3, 4 kids. But guess what? They all live in a big house together. They all have like they have like 3 cars, and they make it work. They got money. Everybody's happy. You know, everybody goes to their job. So helping each other, it goes a big way, and it becomes less stressful too. You have people to talk to, people to depend on. You don't even need therapy. You don't need to go pay therapy because you got people willing to listen to you and all that. People to talk with.
Yeah, it's just a whole nother mindset. Everybody's like, I'm gonna do it on my own, and then we're all struggling. Well, you said we need therapy. It's like if we just help each other, we would have somebody to talk to. It may not be this hard. We wouldn't even need no therapy. And then it's just crazy, like the way things that go down here. And
Yeah.
I really felt that when I started my YouTube channel. I was like, why won't nobody help me? Like I was like, I don't get it. Like you
Well,
said, you have to have a friend that you're trying to get help from, and after a while, you're just like, F it, I'm gonna do it on my own. Just like,
yeah. Oh, here's a question for you since you're a chef. What is the hardest dish to make? Like the difficult, like the one you gets you frustrated the most?
well, when I cook, I don't get mad because, like I said, I'll be at home having fun. But I would say burrito tacos. Have you ever heard of those? They're the tacos that you dip in the consomme.
No.
They're really good. Okay, so I made them in 2021 at home, but that recipe has a lot of ingredients and a lot of different steps. So I made them in 2021. I put it on Facebook. It didn't really get no views, right? So I reshared those same tacos in 2021 or 23, and it went viral. And that was when I started cooking on Facebook. After that, I made 907 Good Eats. But you never know when your content is gonna go viral. And I was shocked because it's like I just made the tacos, I told everybody I ate them, and I just took a bite of them. It's like it went viral, and I'm like, these people need help cooking.
Yeah, a lot of people need help cooking. That's so
And I
so.
did it.
My
Yeah, go
bad.
ahead.
In your opinion, how many years? Let's say somebody wants to do this, right? Wants to become a chef. Is 5 years enough? Like in school? Oh no.
Well, the school was only 2 years, but I think like I just started calling myself a chef like last year. I feel like if you're gonna go under the title of chef, you need to know about food. You need to know different techniques. You need to have worked in the industry. Now, everybody is different. So I didn't even feel comfortable calling myself a chef until I was like 29 and I started doing the social media thing. Even when I worked in the kitchen, I would say, hey, call me a cook because I just felt like I didn't have enough knowledge and enough experience. So I would say to me, it it's gonna take about 10 years of just, like, cooking, working, going maybe even if you don't go to school, you can just cook in the restaurant industry or, be studying. I just feel like you have to know about food before you can say, "Hey, I'm a chef." Not everyone is different. So, but that's just my personal opinion is, like, you have to know about food.
Okay. Oh, here's another question. Do they teach you about like every country food or just American food? Like do they show you Italian, Chinese, or no?
Yeah. So Le Cordon Bleu originated in France. It's a French cooking school. There was a class that we did. I think it was called World Cuisines. And then we made like food from like Africa, South America, Chinese food. So we made a little bit. It was like probably like a month and a half course where we made food from different parts of the world. But that's why I said that I feel like even after school, more studying has to be done. Like you have to work in the industry. And the place that I worked at is we always made like Indian food. We always made food from South America. We had a whole um we had a taqueria. So it was like I think it's a combination of just like also working and knowing other people that cook because there's different cultures.
That's pretty
So the
cool.
culinary school taught us a little bit, but then after that, you have to seek out more knowledge.
Man, I wish my high school had like a cooking class. That would have been awesome.
I don't get schools. Like there's just so much that could be taught that would actually help people learn skills they need for life. Like why don't people know how to cook? Like, I don't get it, Hassan.
You know, Chinese and France and other country they do different high school, like in like even in elementary. Like instead of being inside and write on a piece of paper, they go outside and teach them how to do gardening, how to uh they train them. It's different. Like you'd be surprised what they do. Like I seen these videos, like god damn. Some countries have cooking classes. Some countries, like in Chinese, like an 8-year-old knows how to do it like with a gun. Like he's a professional how to hold a gun, how to shoot it. And I think it was Sweden or France. They go outside and they do like some garden, like 9-year-old, 7-year-old. They teach them how to do some garden and stuff.
Yeah, I heard they have specialty schools, but I think that's because everyone around the world isn't for profit. I feel like a lot of the things that happen in America are for profit.
Yeah.
And it sadly has bled over into the schools. But going back to culinary school being a scam, this is a story of a student who went to school, was not happy with her results, and then sued Le Cordon Bleu. And she actually went to the same culinary school I went to. So I'm gonna play that video for you guys, and then we're gonna react to it.
He'll pull his chair right up to the stove and watch me cook. And I've been making effort to include them as well. Like
Carrie Rios is a busy working mom of twins. That's why today's lunch is chicken nuggets.
I'm a shift supervisor for Round Table Pizza. For the last few years, or a year and a half, roughly, I was at Subway managing over there.
It's a far cry from her dream of owning her own restaurant or being a chef. She says that's how her future was built when she was accepted into what she thought was the prestigious Le Cordon Bleu Culinary School in downtown Portland. Several big-name Portland chefs graduated from the now-closed school. Then she says she was pressured to sign up for their $40,000 loan to pay for it.
And the whole application process, the interview, that was a whole life. They let in anybody who, as long as they had the money or got approval for a loan, they took them. So, this whole thing of, oh, it's so prestigious, it was a lie. And that made me really angry when I found out about all that.
You're not allowed to sell education to somebody who's not likely to benefit.
Attorney David Sugarman has been working the case for 10 years. He discovered a backroom deal between the school and a loan company that overcharged students by 44%. So the loan company could pocket the money. And the promise of a good salary in a chef-type job was not what was happening.
Instead, these are jobs people could get off the street without ever going to culinary school that pay minimum wage. And so now all you've got is $40,000 of high-interest debt.
Carrie Rios will now get $17,000 back if all gets approved with the settlement. She wants to put it toward buying a house.
I just hope that this is something as like an awareness for more people and to prevent this from happening again, from scamming more innocent people.
So if you were a student at Le Cordon Bleu before the year 2010 and you want to see if you can get some money back, we're putting the link to the law firm's website at kgw.com. They should get paid out late this summer.
Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
So yeah, I agree with everything that was said in that video.
He'll pull his chair right up to the stove.
And it was just unfortunate. But yeah, that was the culinary school that I went to. Hassan, what do you think?
Well, for me, this is not shocking. You know, of course they're gonna scam you. But what was surprising is what I got at. You can buy a house for $17,000 in Portland.
No. I don't know what she was talking about. She probably was gonna get a 30-year loan. Most of the house Portland is very expensive. Most of the houses there are like $400,000. You get street parking, no yard. I think also that was a bad plan. $17,000 to a house is little to nothing. But the problem, like I said, was that she has young children. So
Yeah.
when you're working in the kitchen, there's long hours. You're not going to
Wait,
be able to do that with children.
true, but how did they pressure her though? Like, did they make it sound all fancy and good? Because the video said they pressure people to sign in on these loans.
Yeah, well, it all happens so quick. Once you call them or you go to their website, you say you're interested, they call you and they set it all up. I never felt like I was pressured, but she probably had to say that so she could win a lawsuit.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel like she was pressured, but I feel like it goes back to education. If you're not educated and you don't know what's going on, it's easy for people to take advantage of you. And like I said, they're telling people that you're gonna come out with this great job, and they're not telling people the truth. If you tell people the truth, they can make an informed decision. But also, people have to be realistic. It is not realistic that you're going to come out of school and own a restaurant. That's going to take money. If you never had money before culinary school, how would you all of a sudden be able to have it now?
You're right. I mean, their best option is take a loan. But a lot of people that do that fail miserably. Most of them, at least. You know.
Yeah, it's not, and sadly, a lot of people have that dream, like, oh, I want to own my own restaurant. I think like my dream was always to own a food truck, but like I said, after I worked in the industry and I learned, I was like, no, I need to sell cooking lessons, come out with a cookbook or come out with some products. I think cooking lessons are the best way to go right now until you can save up enough money to get your own food truck. I think you should try to avoid loans as much as possible.
Yeah. So since you like to help people cook, have you went around your area talking to high school? Hey, let's have a cooking class or
No,
middle
I
school.
haven't. What I'm talking about is like cooking lessons like on YouTube, like something that is easier for me. I think that like when I get in a position, uh, you know, where it's like I don't have to work at my job, of course I can go around, or maybe the people who even come to me and sell cooking lessons. The problem with the schools in the school district is that there are a lot of politics that are inside of our schools now, a lot of government. And so, dealing with the school is just tricky because they got the politics, the district, it's all tied up into one.
But don't private school have like cooking classes? That's what I heard. Is that true or no?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I always went to public school, but I don't know. That's something I don't really know about.
Yeah, because I remember this white dude said, yeah, the one in Arizona, private. I forgot the name, but they say they have a cooking class. Oh wow, really? But yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to get into, and this scamming, like, and again, this is one college in Portland. Imagine the rest of America what they're going through, And this story, it didn't even make big news. Like no one's Fox News didn't bring this up. CNN didn't.
Yeah, there was literally a video on YouTube I just saw this morning where he was saying that for-profit schools that have recently got closed down or into a lawsuit, he was going to name them. There was over 100 schools. And so it's sad to me that this is what college has turned into, is like a way for them to make even more money at the detriment of Americans.
Do you think universities go through this too, or just colleges, the big universities?
Well, according to some of the students, I do think universities kind of have this like they sell you this dream and then you go to 4-year college and then you get out, all the jobs are gone. But I also feel like sometimes the market is moving faster than these colleges and universities are. So when you go to school 4 years and then you get out, the market could be different than what
Yeah.
you just learned about. Because I feel like the industry and the market is moving faster than these colleges and universities.
Oh, so this is the one you said you went to, right? That's the college, Portland
Yeah, it
College.
is. And you
Did,
know
did,
what
did
was
you
so
did you walk those stairs?
Yeah, they had 2 entrances. Yeah, I walked those stairs. But what was really sad is that when the school closed down, there was people that were like halfway through their course and the
Damn.
school just closed. So it was like I'm not sure what they did for those people, but some people were never able to finish their degree, and then a lot of like I said, they were accepting anybody. So a lot of the people that would go there would have like drug addictions, and so they didn't finish their course, but they got charged all this money.
Well, did those people get their money back at least when it closed down?
I don't think so. So I still have my student loans, and I tried to get them dropped. But if you listen to the interview, they said if you go to culinary school before the year 2010, when I went was in 2015. So because I'm after the mark, I still have to pay, which I don't think that that's right.
Yeah. But hey, they
I
still
feel
got to
like if
make.
the school closed down because they were scamming people, everybody that went, no matter what year you went, should get their money back. But
Yeah.
like I said, I feel like you know what? After talking about this video, I do feel like culinary school is a scam, and I feel like school is a scam in itself.
So what's the
Now there are
solution?
ways to not get scammed.
So are you saying don't go to college now? To people, the young people?
I'm saying try to find somebody else to pay for your college or go to a community college where it's cheaper. I don't think that you should go to the most expensive university. Try to get a scholarship. If you someone that does sports and you get a free ride scholarship, that's great. I feel like there are ways to avoid getting scammed, but taking out loans and acquiring a lot of debt really kind of sets you up for failure for your future.
Tell me if you agree with this, 907, on the loan. The people that take loans and they stick to their plan, they stay on their focus. That's what I'm going to do. But most people take their loans, they just blow it up. They give it to their family. They don't focus on the project they're in in their university or whatever college degree they're trying to get. Because a lot of them just spend it, blow it, vacation, help my brother. They don't like focus on because the loan's supposed to be for you to focus on whatever you're trying to do in this college so you can move on to the next level. And that's
I agree with that statement. And I feel like so when you get I think it's like a US loan, they give you a stipend and you get like I think you get like a couple $1,000. And I feel like me personally, I didn't even do the right thing with my money because what I should have done is taken that money and paid them right back. So what a lot of people will do, Hassan, is they will go to college just so that they can get the stipend. It's like I think it's like $3,000. I don't know if it's a month or every quarter. So that's a lot of people will do. They'll go to college, you get stipend money, but you have to pay that money back.
Oh, and don't forget, they add the fees, and that keep screwing people over. They did.
Yes, and then so, do feel like culinary school is a scam. I feel like college can be a scam too, but if you do it properly, you get scholarships, you get grants, do your homework. Don't just jump into school. Do your homework and try to find somebody to pay for it. When I went to school to be a CMA, I was able to find a program that paid for my whole tuition, which is $16,000. So now I work in the medical field and I found somebody to completely pay for my whole education. And so that I don't feel like that was a scam. I feel like that was a benefit to me because I was able to go to school for free, and then I was able to go into the field at an entry level position. And so I think that there are proper ways, and you guys, if you guys have young children, help them. Try to find scholarships, try to get grants so that when they are starting off life, they're not in a whole bunch of debt.
No, I agree with you, but here's the problem: the government should step in. If there was like,
Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
if there's a college or university scamming you, the government should get your money back right away. So that way you don't have to worry about that fear. Oh, I'm gonna get scammed because the government got your back. Supposed to be. The moment we figure out they're scamming you, your money should be in your bank within days. You know.
I agree with you, Hassan, but we have got to realize and we have got to accept the truth here. And the truth is that our government is not for the people. And so we
But
just have to accept that, and we got to move on, and we got to become educated about ways to get around it. And it's unfortunate, but you heard in that last video that the Cordon Bleu had a deal with one of the loan servicers so that they can put more money back in their pocket.
no.
Everybody is shysty and shady.
Yeah, but it's sad because like right now the federal government should have stepped in, took those people to jail, and everybody, and they call you Big Chef Bang. You don't have to pay that loan. You're good. They've been scamming you the whole time. So you'll
Hassan, I agree with you. It's like if everybody wasn't against each other, it wouldn't be so hard.
and you know how much stress, you know how much money you'd be saving. You know what? All that stress will be gone. Like thank God. You know, and then
We
make them
wouldn't need
pay.
therapy. We only need therapy because everybody's out to get us.
Exactly, but again, we got to face the reality though. They're making it.
Yes, and I feel like if we lived our lives like the children do, where they want to help everybody, they want to help their friends, they'll give them their last. If we lived our life like children do, like you said, Hassan, helping other people, this shit wouldn't be like this.
There's money. But again, you got like I keep saying, you got the jealous people, the hating people, the greedy people, the naive, the ignorance, and all the above, whatever you can think of. You know, but it is what it
And
is. You
that's
know.
why I make children's content, subscribe to Ava's Playtime. But I feel like if we all just lived our, I think the kids need to run the world, and the adults need to just be quiet. Stop fighting, stop trying to scam each other, take a page out of the kids' book, help each other, pull one another up. Don't leave nobody behind. The world wouldn't even be like this. But everybody wants to scam each other, do each other wrong, backstab everybody.
Yeah, because we're never gonna escape that 907. That's the thing. It is always gonna be there.
And it sucks for us because it's like we were like, well, for me, I was born into this shadiness. So it's like, you know, and it's like
Speaking,
even though
speaking.
you're a US citizen now, Hassan, it's like this is just what it is. So we just gotta accept it. And this is why I say try to find somebody else to pay for your schooling.
907. You spoke about kids running. Have you heard of this? Minnesota town has a 4-year-old mayor.
I think that is a good idea
That's
to
insane.
have the kids run the world. Because look at this though. The adults have run the world since the end of time. And look where we're
No,
at. The
no,
kids
no,
have a better mindset.
no. Because if you look at through history, like if you look at Russia, like the old kingdom, you had a 13-year-old king, a 15-year-old queen in some parts of the world.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, just real quick, there have been kids ruling, like mayor. If you look it up and search it up, it's crazy.
Yeah.
King. But the point is, the scam, and sadly, when you think about it, is everywhere. People getting scammed online. Remember on my show the other day when the guy came on, he said that the guy like mentally ill or whatever, and they scammed him out of a car, the gypsies or whatever. The car
I
was worth
believe it.
The car was worth $20,000. They tricked him and they paid him $2,000 for it. And his sister went nuts, but she can't do nothing because he signed the papers.
Oh
You know.
man, that's so sad. But there's just a lot of scams. There's even one on YouTube where you think it'll be the YouTuber talking to you, but it's really a scam person. And so you guys just be careful out here, get educated, know what's going on. Try to find grants or scholarships to pay for your college and try to find programs and try to go to college the cheapest way possible.
Now imagine they start scamming them too. That That's why you got to be careful.
I'm telling y'all, it's a world full of scams.
Damn.
But we're gonna watch this guy. He's gonna tell about his culinary school experience and in his opinion, if it's worth it or not. So let me go ahead and play that video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also subscribe to Hassan's YouTube channel. The link is in the chat.
I'm this is my first YouTube video. Today I'm just going to be sharing with you a little bit of my culinary experience, my experience going to culinary school and some of the challenges that I faced transferring from an educational system into the restaurant industry and trying to help you guys figure out what will work for you and just, yeah, stuff like that. The first thing I want to talk about is coming into culinary school with a little bit of experience on how to cook. It really goes a long way when you know what the restaurant industry looks like and how to proceed. It helps you really take notice of the things that are important and the things that you can kind of leave behind. Not that everything in culinary school is completely useless, because a lot of the things I find myself coming back to. But some of the things like mother sauce derivatives, you're probably never going to hear again after going to culinary school. It helps you focus on the things that are at hand and the things that are really going to push you to become better at what you're pursuing. And choosing the program that's right for you is very important. When I went to culinary school, I actually didn't complete the whole program. I took a savory course and then I took a baking course. When I took the savory course, I realized that it was my true passion. It was my true calling. So when I started the pastry course, I was receiving a lot of hard discipline from my chef that I wasn't really in tune with. And I was kind of jaded towards her, which I do regret now because I feel like I could have taken those experiences and pushed myself forward. However, I think that leaving the pastry program was the right decision for me because I didn't feel like wasting any more time or money, and I would rather pursue the thing that I was passionate about. This isn't to say that pastry.
So this is what goes back to what I was saying about working in the industry before you go to culinary school. Because when you don't work in the industry before you go to culinary school, you don't know if you're gonna like it. And that goes with any type of college. Practice in that field if possible before you invest and go to school for it. Because once you invest that money or you sign your name away, you have to pay back that money no matter what. And it is unfortunate that people are figuring out what they like to do after they pay thousands of dollars.
Well, yeah, once they paid all that money and they realize, oh, I don't like it, it's too little too late. Like, you're right. And that's why they need to get into the field of cooking, whatever degree you're trying to get. So that way you get to see how it works, to see if you end up liking it. Instead of wasting a year or two of your life, then, oh, I don't want to do this no more. You know, like I said earlier, a lot of people, when I used to work at Subway, a lot of people said, no, I, I didn't like my degree. I don't like the profession I signed up for. This is not what I expected. So some of them took a year off. Some of them switched their profession or whatever, you know. So before you go to college, and pay all that money, make sure you understand what you're going to. And even though you think you love it, try that job out. Go to before you screw yourself over later. And always have a plan B just in case whatever plan A that doesn't work. So you have something else to go into.
Yes, I agree. And a lot of people will do this thing where they start something, they don't like it, so then they switch majors. They don't like it and they switch majors. I'm going to tell you this, that is how you find yourself in a lot of debt. I met someone the other day who said she had $130,000 in student loan debt because she went to college for like four years before she figured out what she actually wanted to do. Then she switched over. That is an expensive way to learn.
Well, so it's called major, not profession. My bad. Major, change
Well,
major.
there are different names. Well, it's like it's a profession when it's a school like this and you're going for like a professional or a certain profession. I think it's called a major when you're at a university or college. But the words don't even matter. The point matters of what we're saying.
Okay.
Save your money. Well, go ahead and play some more of this video, son.
Pastry courses are completely useless. This is just my own personal calling. And if you like pastry and if you like going into baking, absolutely pursue that. I have many friends who were in the pastry course when I was in the culinary course. They're still my very good friends today, and I appreciate them and their knowledge on that. And I can refer to them at any time. One thing in culinary school is, and really in any education, is how they teach you to study for a test versus being able to critically think and take a problem and adapt to it. They give you hints in culinary school, at least in the one that I was in order to take steps to find solutions. But I found that the success of the school was based on grades and based on how well you were able to cook in a time-sensitive fashion, which is important. However, I do think it takes away from the problem-solving abilities that you need to learn in a restaurant, which can be learned quite quickly if you have the right environment. Also in culinary school, I'd like to comment about how you are paying to be there and how in a restaurant you are paid to be there. All chefs are reliant on their cooks. Unlike teachers, teachers are reliant on their students getting good grades in order to stay at the school. So the motives of a teacher who used to be a chef and a chef who is still working in a restaurant are quite different. And I find that the attitude towards students and towards employees are kind of shifted. Teachers will give a lot of leniency for fucking around. You can really go about your day and just have fun. I mean, I've showed up to school drunk before, I've slept in class, and these aren't things that I'm advocating for at all. But if you do these things in restaurants, it is frowned upon a lot. However, I have seen that. I have seen chefs in the back taking a nap because they're too hungover. I have seen chefs get fired because of alcohol abuse, and those are not fun things to see. So what I'm trying to say here is that not everything in school translates directly into the restaurant industry. And some things you're just going to have to learn on the job, and some things will help you in the long run. But it's also being aware that when you are not a finished product coming out of culinary school. So the biggest thing I recommend is definitely jump into a restaurant near you. It doesn't have to.
I think he's absolutely right about it not translating 100%. But that is crazy that he went to school drunk. Like, what? That's crazy. I never did that before.
Well, I don't think he said the school though, but drunk. I'm pretty sure he wanted to say more stuff, but I think he just stopped it. He just said drunk. Remember what people used to do at Subway, and that's like a. Remember I tell you about the Subway stories?
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's another thing. I didn't realize the kitchen industry was so drama filled, I just felt like going to work was just toxic sometimes. You
Yeah.
know, but there was a point in time where it's like you have your crew and it's kind of fun, but then when that crew changes, you're like, oh, I don't even like here no more.
Well, well, here's the thing though. That's like every business. Even a supermarket has drama. If there's some people you like, and there's some people you don't like, and then some people you gotta tolerate because you work with them. You can't ignore them forever, and unless you quit or get fired or transfer your place. Every job is drama, and sometimes the manager pick favorites. We call it favoritism. When I used to work at Fry's, this one dude literally he got jealous because the manager liked these people. The manager didn't like him, and he used to be an addict. And allegedly he stopped. Well, what? So he called like the headquarters of Fry's and complained. 2 days later, everybody found out that was him. He was like nervous, and so the managers did they transfer? They left. Some quit. It became a mess. And everybody looked at him crazy, like you a snitch. You. So that happens all the time. And it happens all the time. And you know what's the thing is, at work or in college or school or whatever, the people that you think, oh, I'm gonna end up liking this person, and that person, oh, I don't like him. Within a month, it'd be the opposite. The person you thought you didn't like, you're gonna end up liking them more, and the person that you thought you're gonna like, you hate them now. I don't want to deal with this guy or this lady or whatever. It's usually the opposite. I don't know if you had to go through that, but for me, that's what happens to me all the time. The people that, oh, I'm gonna like him or her or whatever, then it turns out that, oh, I hate this people. Like I don't even be near them. And the person that I thought I didn't like, oh, they're pretty cool. You know, it just takes time, to figure it out. But yeah, everywhere is drama. You'd be surprised the stories. He's probably being nice over here, saying drunk. So imagine if they did cocaine, heroin, and other crazy stuff.
Yeah, and that's why you just gotta kind of stay out of the drama, because drama can be very like toxic, or it can like consume your mind so that you can't focus on the main goal. But what he said about it not translating 100% he is absolutely right. Culinary school was like fun. I liked it. And then it was like you can cook kind of at your own pace a little bit. And then it was like you got tries, or like if you messed up, they would encourage you to try it again. The restaurant industry is very cutthroat. They need it done right now. And the attitudes were very different. So if you're someone that's never worked in the industry, that could be a hard transition for a lot of people. And then if you're someone that doesn't cook a lot and you don't know how to cook, and then you went to culinary school to learn how to cook, you can't go work in the industry and not having the proper experience. And they're not going to baby you. I feel like a lot of times in culinary school they kind of baby you. That's not accepted in the restaurant industry.
Yeah. Oh, Have you ever thought going on a Hell's Kitchen?
No, because I want to eat there though, but I see that's how the chefs kind of be acting too. They be rude like that. I don't like that. Like, don't yell at me. Don't talk to me like that. But one show that I would go on, or that I want to be also want to be a judge on Chopped. Have you ever seen that show?
No.
That was my show. So what it is, they have a mystery basket. They have four different ingredients. They got 30 minutes for the appetizer, 30 minutes for the entree round, and an hour for the dessert round. And they have to make something out of these four ingredients. Sometimes you'll see something like crazy stuff. You see like duck, eel sauce, champagne, and then like maybe like hot sauce, and they have to create a dish that tastes good with the four different ingredients. And the ingredients are random, they always change. But that was my show.
Does it still exist?
I believe so. It's definitely still on TV. I don't know if we're seeing new seasons or what, but it's been around for a long time. But I'm not going on any shows where they're yelling at people.
No, that's a good idea. Have you ever thought talking to your local news? Tell them, hey, let's do like an hour show, like Big Chef Bang, and you got a following on social media platforms and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I'm on the fence about, okay, so the church I used to go to, they wanted to call in the press and stuff, but I feel like this. I want to be talking to the news myself. I don't want to have to go through anyone like you said. I think I will in the future. Just not right now. Because I still feel like the little guy.
No.
That's like,
You-
yeah,
have you seen the movie Scooby Doo, the first one, the real base, the Scooby Doo movie?
yeah,
You know the girl that played Velma? No, not the one with the glasses. What's the other one name? The blonde one?
yeah.
So that actress, she quit Hollywood and she's a chef now. I was like, what? Those cooking shows, the cooking channel. She does a lot
Okay.
of cooking now. She's a chef. So that she
Wow,
focuses
I'll
on
have
the.
to look at that.
Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, she she
But
she
if
did a
you
good.
notice, a lot of the celebrities are going into cooking, and they're going into cooking shows. You know why? Because everyone eats.
Yeah,
Everyone has to eat. This is a billion-dollar industry as far as the food goes. And then if you can get a product to the shelves, it can sell for years and years and years. It's not like any other industry where you're doing like drama or trending topics, or you're having to work for Hollywood and make all these movies. You can literally cook at home. So
yeah.
it's a good industry, and I think like P. Diddy, he has some cooking videos he was doing on Instagram, but everyone is going into cooking because it's a good industry that everyone has to eat. So your audience, everybody.
Like I said earlier, you don't have to go to the channel, but you can do it at your house. Like you just get yourself like one of those nice cameras, the Big Chef Bank Show, episode 1, and then you just cook. And you show us how you cook, and put it live on Facebook, Twitter, maybe YouTube, maybe uh Twitter, Facebook, whatever social media you can think of, even
Yeah,
Rumble.
and then it's with cooking or with food in general, it's easier to come up with content because there's so many different foods. There's so many different cuisines. Like it's just like it's really good for content creation. I think that's why a lot of people do it. Oh, but what I was gonna tell you about Facebook. Why? Because I at first I was doing my live show on YouTube and Facebook, but YouTube kept flagging my music. And then also I was thinking about it. And I was like, after 30 days, Facebook will delete your lives, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, if I do it on YouTube, they'll be around for years to come. because people are always gonna have to cook. And so I still be going live on Facebook, but you got to keep in mind Facebook deletes your lives after 30 days, which I think is very shicey and is not cool at all.
Damn, I didn't know that. After 30 days.
Yeah, I'm like, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, that kind of sucks because you can't really build a catalog.
Yeah. So
But it's good to gain followers and promote. You can still go live on Facebook. Just keep that in mind. It's not going to be there in a year from now.
well, that's good to know. But you know you should add to your apps MySpace, because MySpace is becoming more advertising for businesses and other good stuff.
Do people
That's,
still use MySpace?
yeah, but it's not the original. It's changed up. I heard it. It's more advertising your business, your YouTube, your social media, and all that stuff. That's what people use it
Wow,
for
that's
now.
crazy. I haven't heard of MySpace in a long time. I just went to Facebook and never left. Never came back to MySpace.
Yeah, and
But
also give a Twitter live a chance. See how that works out for you.
but remember you said you got to get to like 1,000 followers, and you're
No,
right.
no,
People always
no,
watching on TikTok but never follow.
no, that's TikTok. I'm saying Twitter.
Oh, Twitter. I'm gonna start a Twitter account when one of my YouTube channels gets monetized because well before I add anything else to to my resume or to my roster, something needs to be monetized, I feel.
But you know why Twitter will be good for you? There's
Oh, because it's like
chef,
worldwide or it's
yeah,
like
worldwide, and you get to talk like chefs, like your little world of cooking chefs. You'd
mhm.
be surprised. It's like it's like Facebook. Everybody has their own community, but this one you
I
get to actually talk to people, and they'll respond
I
real quick.
I have a Twitter. Well, I had Twitter. I have a Twitter account. I used to go on there and you look up the trending topics. I like how well now it's called X, but when I used to go on there, I like how they have like it's updated like constantly about what's going on in the world. But I have not made a new account for the Chef Big Bang, and I'll have to do that. Make a new account over there now. But since it went to Twitter X, I haven't been on there, but I did like that. How it's like trending constantly and it tells you like what's going on in the world.
Yeah, yeah, it's becoming everybody's favorite. Because I really want to go on my phone, but I need to do what Next Level told me. Put it in the rice. But yeah, Twitter Live is coming up. It's pretty decent there. So
I get what you're saying. Go Twitter Live. I wonder if from StreamYard, because you know how StreamYard you can like stream to multiple platforms. I
yeah,
have to look at it. I have to see if they have Twitter in there too. Because then, do you know if Twitter? I'm just gonna say Twitter because I'm not used to say calling it X, but I guess I got to give it the respect. Do you know if they be like tripping about music like Facebook? Can you have music on
that
X?
that's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
But with the Twitter or X or whatever, do it how you do it on your Facebook. Do it through your phone. Like try it out for 15 minutes. Like play with it and see what works and doesn't work.
I think that's good advice because like you just gotta like do it and just see. You just like you're never gonna know. But let
Because
me play some more just
don't
yeah.
forget Elon Musk runs Twitter or X now, so things have changed a little bit. So he's cool with other stuff.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back over there, but let me play some more of this video.
Be the nicest place. It doesn't have to be super high end. Just try and get in, even if you can, as a dishwasher or a basic line cook on garde manger, creating salads, appetizers, anything like that. It'll help you understand how to run a station, how to work with a team. In culinary school, you're not cooking for guests, you're cooking for yourself and for knowledge. But as soon as you step into a restaurant, someone is paying for food that you serve to them. So the stakes are a lot higher and the pressure is on. So in my own experience, going to a culinary school is not the only way to succeed in the restaurant industry. I have a lot of chef friends, sous chefs, mentors, people that I really respect who've never been to a culinary school. These people are incredible. They know a lot about the industry. They are extremely talented technical or creative chefs. They found the resources through online, such as YouTube or documentaries. Restaurants, going to eat out is extremely important. Family heritage and being able to pull something that your family grew up eating, like a grandma's recipe or like something that is passed down. It's really important to stay attached to these things because they will help you push and get better at what you do. Culinary school doesn't necessarily teach you how to become a chef. It doesn't necessarily teach you how to lead a team. It more so teaches you the basics of cooking and the French classics. They're the building blocks. In my time talking to chefs and talking to people around me who are more experienced than I find that their experience is coming from a place of difficult kitchens and places that are quite rough. These restaurants are very strict in nature and require a thick skin in order to survive more than 3 to 6 months. If you can last and if you can survive the rough culture, you will find yourself surrounded by people who care for you and eventually support you. In my experience, I found that when I left culinary school, I had a chip on my shoulder. I had something to prove to the people around me and prove to these restaurants that I went and interviewed at that I was capable of working in a fine dining experience because that was my ambition. However, I was shut down pretty quickly. On my first interview out of culinary school, I had a full day stage, which is an unpaid interview for a whole day, extremely common across the restaurant industry. In that day, I spent about 30 minutes cutting chives. I didn't bring the right knife because I forgot it at school and I couldn't do it well enough. And it is one of the simplest tasks. And I still couldn't reach the standard of the restaurant I was trying to pursue. This was extremely heartbreaking for me. I was given some very wise advice by the chef there. He was actually very kind. He told me to go and start off at some other local restaurants and build myself up and then return with the skills that I had built. Now I'm at a place where I'm confident that I could return to that restaurant after 3 years and really be able to succeed and really pursue my passion. It hurt, man. It fucking crushed me. I spent 30 minutes in that restaurant. Then he pulled me upstairs and said, "We don't have a job for you." That sucked.
This is very true. Culinary school does teach you nice skills, but then when you go to a restaurant, they want you to work very, very fast. I worked at Stanford's restaurant for a short amount of time, and I was only working like 1 day a week. And it was tough for me is because they wanted me to hop in there and do everything so quick. But I did not have a ton of restaurant experience. Before that, or while I was working there, I was working at Portland State University, where it was a lot of batch cooking. So working in the restaurant was a different experience for me because they wanted me to do everything quick and fast. And so I relate to what he's saying about how it's a faster speed at a restaurant. And that is a lot of the disconnect that stems from only having culinary school as your experience and it not translating to restaurant experience right away.
Well, yeah. Well, when you, like I said earlier, and you said it too a couple of times, when you go to these majors you're trying to do, get the job that you major in, so you have the experience, like get your hands dirty in a way. See if you actually end up liking it instead of wasting all these years and being in debt and just screwing yourself over.
Yes, I agree, and a lot of people want to own their own restaurants. Working in the restaurant industry is not going to provide you enough money to be able to own your own restaurant. That's why you see a lot of people doing other careers in their lifetime that are going to be able to make them the type of money, and then they come back to the culinary industry and own their own restaurant. Working in the kitchen does not pay that well, and also with the minimum wage increase, it's going to be a lot harder to be able to own your own business going that route. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and subscribe to Hassan's channel as well.
Oh, real quick, is that Miss Solo Stick? Did I say it right? Miss Solo
Yeah,
Stick? Okay, just making sure.
she said, glad for the info. Yes, I feel like the great thing about this channel and this particular stream live stream is that we are talking about school. And that's a really big topic with the amount of student debt that Americans are facing. It is very important to get educated before you go into a field and you don't know whether you like gonna like it or not.
Oh, here's a question for you, real quick. Why a lot of restaurant businesses shut down? Like people don't even last 3 years or 5 years.
Yes, a lot of the restaurant industry are shutting down because restaurants don't make that much money. The profit margin is very slim for restaurants, and you have to pay it's a high labor cost because you got to think you have to pay servers to serve the food. You have to pay people to cook the food. Then you have to provide insurance for all those people, and you also have to pay for the food. So that's another thing. A lot of people want to own one restaurant. One restaurant is not a good idea because you only have one restaurant. What if that one restaurant does a bad year of sales or doesn't make it? So, the restaurant business is very tricky. Also, it's a very high cost industry. And then one person can come to your restaurant and get sick off of your food and sue you. So, you got to think about these things.
Yeah, I remember right here. This lady opened a burger shop. She didn't even last a year. She lasted 5 months and it got shut down. Literally 5 months. It's like, damn.
And then a lot of people are going into the food industry and they have never worked in the industry. They just have an idea what they want to do. But once you open up your doors, customers are not just going to come into there. You have to promote. You have to promote. You have to go get customers. And that's another problem with these places that just open out of nowhere. It's like, okay, well, now you need customers.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And so that's why it's a good idea to, go build your following up, go get subscribers, or get a following on TikTok like Keith Lee did, so that anytime you do a project or you open up a restaurant, you have people that are gonna come and support you already, versus doing it backwards where you open up a restaurant and then you're looking for customers.
But yeah, but that like I said, that's the good thing about social media now is easy to promote stuff. You don't need to go to the newspaper or hopefully you go to the radio and get an interview out of them or the news. You just download an app and put your stuff out there and keep resharing it, share and tell your friends, your family. So that you could promote nowadays is a lot easier thanks to social media. Out of the thousands
Yes,
of
I
apps
agree
out.
with that. And social media is a critical part to any business because you can have a storefront, but how are people going to know about it? Social media. So I know that you guys are saying, you're old fashioned or whatever, but you better get with the times. And then another thing is that it becomes stressful when you have a business and you are paying all these people and you don't have customers. Very
Well,
stressful. So make sure that you create a fan base. before you create a product.
Well, I can speak over here, my community, like the Middle Eastern. We have these Arab, Iraqi newspaper, and then and there's also a magazine. It's like there's two tabs, and everybody put their business, like a smoke shop, restaurant. Oh, we got a new lawyer, new real estate agent. So everybody put in their business in this There's like a book of like a magazine, but is everybody's business, the local business of Middle Easterns. That's another way to promote it. And that person who makes those newspapers and that magazine, they're making good money, you know. Well, for here in our little area, you know.
That's smart. So it's like a Arabic. Am I saying the word right? Community
Yeah,
where you live.
yeah, Arabic newspaper or
Oh,
Arabic.
Arabic. I'm like, I know that. I know I didn't say Arabic. Well,
Yeah, yeah,
that's the nice thing about your community, and like you guys support each other. That's another thing that is important when you have a business is like you need support.
yeah. Like it's like every week there's a new restaurant, there's a new hookah lounge, there's a new liquor store, whatever mechanic, whatever you can think of. Even like lawyers put their name in that little magazine to promote their. Oh, I'm a lawyer. You need help. I'm an insurance company. You know, it's like, and you're right. You do got to
Yeah.
promote.
Yes, you definitely have to promote. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. The sponsor of the show is going to be Next Level with the $5. I skipped to the end. We're going to watch the end of this video. And then I believe I have one more video.
So I guess to wrap up everything in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is here, know what you're getting yourself into. Don't drop $40,000 on a 1-year education in order to not pursue cooking, not pursue your passion. Find out if you enjoy working in a restaurant first. Don't just run and say, hey, I kind of like cooking, so I'm going to go to culinary school. Probably a bad idea. I mean, I did it and it luckily worked out, but that's not true for everyone. So my advice to people is figure out what your ambition is outside of culinary school and then see if you need to go. Because a lot of the chefs that I know, they never needed it. And it's possible that you don't need it either. A lot of culinary schools are just looking for a paycheck, or they're government funded and they're only trying to get you working in hotels. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to get across here is knowing what you're getting yourself into with culinary school, finding out if it's the right option for you and if it will help you in your process of trying to pursue your dreams, or maybe just learning how to cook a little bit better. Leave some comments down below and I will try and respond if you have any questions, or you can find me on.
So that was the conclusion of the video, and he is absolutely right.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to know what you're getting yourself into. I completely
Yeah,
agree
and
with
that kind of goes back to what me and you were saying, Hassan, is that before you get into a school, you need to go work in that industry and see if you really, really like it. Now, for some people, it works out for them, but that is not the case for everyone. Like the girl you saw in the second video who had the twins. It was very hard for her. So it's just important to know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. Oh, there's a
And then you
Londoner.
guys, yeah, so they have a couple of campuses, but what she's gonna do is she's gonna break down why the culinary school shut down. All of the Cordon Bleus in North America, I believe, closed down, and they're only gonna keep the mother campus is what I think they were used to call it, which is in London. So, and join my group on Facebook at Chef Big Bank Foodie Gang fan page. I'm going to go ahead and play this last video and then we're going to react to it.
Cordon Bleu announced recently that it will be shutting down its 16 US-based campuses. The last round of new students will be accepted up until January 4th, with the shutdown scheduled for January 2017. There are currently about 9,200 students enrolled in Le Cordon Bleu courses nationwide. As with other for-profit colleges, the programs at Lake Cordon Bleu are much more expensive than public, nonprofit institutions, with an associate's degree running about $40,000 and around $17,000 for a mere certificate. Many students spend a couple years and accumulate tens of thousands of dollars in student loans, only to find themselves looking at low-paying entry-level positions when they enter the workforce. This unfortunately causes many graduates to either seek employment outside of their desired industry or default on their student loans while starting out cutting and blanching vegetables, hoping to work their way up in a restaurant chain. CEO Todd Nelson of Lake Cordon Bleu blamed changing federal support for high-cost for-profit colleges, but the school has had their share of scrutiny over the last few years. Back in 2013, Lake Cordon Bleu paid $40 million in order to settle a class action lawsuit brought on by former students claiming recruiters oversold the benefits of a Lake Cordon Bleu diploma, leaving them with exorbitant amounts of student loans and low-paying industry jobs. Under the Obama administration, several new student loan forgiveness programs have been made available. Interestingly enough, the same day the CEC announced the closure of Lake Cordon Bleu, December 16th, is the same day the new Obama student loan forgiveness program, Repay, went into effect. With more relaxed qualifications and better terms for those that won't qualify for the regular pay program, many people that did not qualify for the student loan repayment prior to December 16th will now qualify. To see if you qualify for Repay or any of the other student loan forgiveness programs, call 800-784-1755 or
Yeah, so she kind of detailed and broke down how why they closed down and what was going on with it. I would say one thing, why is there such thing as for-profit colleges? Why is that even okay to exist like that?
Well, what it comes down to, they got to make their money somehow. It's about money, 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 money. So even if you end up in debt or you just screw yourself, they don't care. We just find out about these colleges scamming people, and most of these people not even getting their money back. Like I said earlier, it's big chef Ben getting a phone call, your debt is good, you don't have to worry about it. You got scammed. That's not gonna happen.
And then that's another thing that's crazy is like, is everybody knew you got scammed. Why would your debt not be forgiven? But that goes back to what we were saying. The government is not for us like that. So with that being in mind, watch where you step, watch what you do. You get educated about something before it happens to you. When I went to culinary school, I was 19. So of course I wasn't looking at all of this stuff. But now would I get scammed for $40,000? No, I would not. And when I went to school to be a CMA, I was able to find a program that completely paid for my whole tuition. So I learned my lesson. Would I take it back? No, I would not, because I had my daughter when I was down in Oregon, and it's a part of my life experience, my journey. And I definitely do not feel like I would be comfortable with 907 goodies and teaching people how to cook and telling you guys about food if I didn't have the education. But for everyone, it that may not be the case.
No, you're right. The only thing I gotta say about this, with all this information out there and the videos and all that, there's still people not gonna listen and they're gonna fall for this trap, sadly. It is.
Yes, and like I said, I was watching a video where there were like 100 campuses, different colleges across the U.S. that have closed down and were scamming people. But you guys, there is so much information out there these days. With that being said, if you sign up for a scamming college, it's kind of on you.
It is what it is. We can't. Not everybody gonna listen. And that's the sad thing.
But for the people who are willing to listen, me and Hassan are here with the information. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, hit the like button, subscribe to 907 Goodies. Yes, and let me tell y'all what's on the menu for this weekend. Okay, so the banana war The Banana Live. Let me go to the actual name because I just be saying. Okay, Banana Wars. Have just moved that video to Saturday night. I just moved it to Saturday night. I will figure out a live and I will still go live tomorrow in the morning on my channel. And then late night, I have an interview with Dr. Frizzlefrost. So make sure you guys go subscribe to that YouTube channel. And if it's possible, I will stream that to 907 Goodies as well. And then I dropped the link in the chat for Dr. Frizzlefrost. So yes, Friday night is chopping it up with 907 Goodies on Dr. Frizzlefrost. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to that YouTube channel. The sponsor of this show is going to be Next Level. Yeah, so Saturday night, Saturday night for the Banana Live. I hope that you come and you show up because you got great info about the Banana Wars. And y'all, it's going to be so juicy. We're going to break down that. And if you guys haven't checked it out, how the cartel corrupted the avocado trade, you got to check out that one.
When you say Saturday night, like, do you have a Pacific time, like 10 o'clock?
Yeah, I just made it. Okay, Saturday night at 10 p.m. my time. When you I believe that YouTube like changes the time for everybody's time zone. So Saturday night at 10 p.m. my time.
So with me, it will be midnight. And
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, so hopefully everybody will show up. And if y'all don't, watch me on the replay. Leave a comment down below.
And that interview is gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be my first interview. I've popped up on panels and they be asking me all these questions. But this is the first like collaboration interview. This will be the first of many interviews. And it's gonna be fun to like collaborate and then like the whole focus is like the interview. Cause me and Mandarin Pro and then Hassan, we have been on panels before. This is our theme. But this is like the first real interview. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and subscribe to Physical Frost on 907. And there's going to be double streaming that night. Hopefully, you see it up there when you go before he goes live. Like, set it up. Like I said, it's easy to set up when you're streaming from other person's channel. You just put in a title, and then you go from there, and you get to go.
Yes. And then I will make a live for tomorrow morning because I got some free time. I'm going to think of something, probably some TikTok reactions, something to do about food. So, and you guys, make sure you guys go watch my Denny's review on 907 Goodies. It's going to be under the video tab. Yes. Hassan, do you have anything coming up on your channel, even under the video section? Do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me up once again. Everybody go subscribe to 907 Good Eats. Share the videos. For me, there's not going to be lives for me on my channel unless I stream it from other people because I maxed out my hours. So I got to wait unless I upgrade, which right now I can't do because, I got bills and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I got to wait another week or two to get my hours back. So there's no live unless I stream, like I said, from different channels.
Yeah.
I'll probably
Are
do
you going
some.
to drop any videos?
No, I can't even do that either.
Oh, the videos off of can't you just drop the video on the YouTube or like you upload it to YouTube?
Oh, okay. I'll probably do that then. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
remember I was telling you about Canva? You could make some videos on Canva and then just upload them onto YouTube.
Okay.
Or
Can you put that?
you can
Can you
even
put that?
upload your TikTok videos too. You can just upload straight onto YouTube. You don't even have to use StreamYard.
But the TikTok has music though. I don't want to get flagged for that. That's the thing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, definitely don't use music. But
I
I
mean,
don't know if you can.
the only thing
What
I'm
you could
probably
also do is go on YouTube and download your lives that you have done, right? You could download them onto your computer, re-upload them to YouTube, and they'll go in the video section.
like upload all my lives. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, and they're going to your video section. That's what Anton Daniel does. And then what you can do is take out a clip from the live and upload it into the video section, and it'll make people want to go watch the live. That's what Anton Daniel be doing. I saw he has all those videos.
But don't you have to do that through your StreamYard though? Because I deleted all the stuff on the StreamYard.
No, you could go onto YouTube and download the videos from YouTube. You don't have
Okay.
to use StreamYard.
All right. I'll play with that and see what I can do. Can you put it get in the private chat the Canva thing you're talking about?
Yeah, so yeah, you could download your lives from YouTube,
But
upload
yeah,
them to Canva, and then you could clip them up, and
but
you
yeah.
can make
Other
like
than
10 minute. You can make 10-minute videos or 30-minute videos, right, from your live clips, and then you can upload those onto YouTube and put it in the video section. And then that way you can still have content come out. You can get your watch time hours, and you're not even really doing nothing because you already made the lives.
yeah. Thank you for that.
I saw
But
I'll be up here plotting.
but if
I'm
not,
telling you.
I'll probably do a couple of shorts here and there promoting other channels. Like remember how I used to start it with that
Yeah.
until and we need hopefully people subscribe. We need 7 more subscribers to reach 100. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's good. I have some. I made this other YouTube channel called Big Bank Comedy. I'll go on there and subscribe to your channel. That's for in the future. But what I was hoping with people would email me clips, and then I would react to them, and it would be like a funny. But I was just like, I'm just doing stuff. But Hassan, you could also make some pre-recorded videos where you're talking and you're telling people about a particular news story. And then that could just be a video.
Yeah, like record it on my computer, then upload it to the YouTube.
Yeah,
Right?
and then what I do is I make the videos off my phone. You could just be sitting somewhere and you could be telling people about a story, It doesn't
But
have to be alive.
but I don't like using my phone though. Memory keeps cutting off. That's the thing. So my
Oh
lap.
yeah, but just record off your computer and you could just be sitting right there and telling people about the story. About there's a lot of stuff going around the world, and the
Yeah.
good thing is like I thank you for educating us about what is going on around the world,
Oh,
because
no
it's
problem.
easy to get focused on the drama.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Even if I do like a 15-minute video and upload it, that's not bad. At least, you know.
And this is a good time for you to start practicing your editing, like start practicing, and then also you can get the video section of your YouTube channel full, or start filling that up while you can't do lives. Oh, you can definitely do shorts. Shorts are easy.
Yeah, like shorts for me, like promoting because other people's channels, and that's another way to get a view, a subscriber. You know,
Yeah.
Miss
Yeah,
Soul,
definitely.
are you subscribed? Hopefully, she's subscribed.
Oh, okay. Yes, everybody subscribe to you to Hassan's channel. We'll get him to 100. Get him to a hundo.
That's
Hassan, you've been
good.
doing a really great job though. But yeah, make some videos.
All right. Damn, I got a lot of work, but yeah, I appreciate everybody. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to 907, Free Xeno Captivity, even Dr. Frost. Check them out. Salute to everybody. Salute to 907, and keep up the great work. Cannot wait for the interview, and cannot wait for the Banana Wars. Other than
Yes,
that,
Hassan, thank you so much for telling me about it, and we'll see you next time.
good day.
All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to Hassan for coming up on the panel. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, tomorrow, Friday, I will make a live up. We're gonna go live on Friday in the morning because I got some free time. Friday night is an interview on Dr. Frizzle Frost. Friday night is when we will be going over the Banana Wars, a battle for control. If you guys have not already, check out the case studies playlist on my page. There's a lot of great videos. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button, share this with your friends, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on all my social media platforms listed down below. And I also make children's content. Subscribe to Ava's Playtime. And as you guys know, the sponsor of the show is going to be Next Level. Thank you guys. Thank you, Next Level, so much for keeping the stove on. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace. This is Chef Big Bang. Thank you so much for watching at 907 Good Eats. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m. I'm out.